We got everybody here for our 5:15 start time. Call the meeting to order. Ms. Ashley, will you take a roll call, please?
Lindberg.
Here.
Rudolph. Here. Shaben.
Here.
Kroger. Here. Kelly.
Here.
Peterson.
Yes.
The agenda's been presented to us. Any changes or anything, additions?
Nope.
Any conflict of interest for anybody this evening? All right.
Need a roll call for agenda?
Oh, my bad. We'll take a roll call to approve the agenda. Oh, sorry.
I will motion to approve the agenda.
I will second that.
Motion by Kroger, approved, second by Lindberg.
Lindberg.
Aye.
Rudolph.
Aye.
Shaven.
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Kelly.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Okay, on the consent agenda, you got listed the minutes of the 4/16 council meeting. Claims list 1313 in the amount of $251,560.81. A renewal application for Shelby County Fair Corporation for special Class C retail alcohol license. Renewal application for the Lounge LLC Class C retail alcohol license. And approval of the fiscal year 23-24 cigarette, tobacco, nicotine vapor permit for Harlan Golf and Country Club.
I'll motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Kroger, second by Peterson.
Roll call Lindberg.
Aye.
Rudolph.
Aye.
Shaben.
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Kelly.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
All right, we'll get down to other business. Here we have the approved administrative assistant contract number 24 WS013 with SWIPCO for an amount not to exceed $20,000. Gene?
Yes, we also have Danny Briggs from SWIPCO on Zoom with us. This is in relationship to some following items on the agenda, which we were excited to announce. Most recently, we were awarded the CDBG Community Development Block Grant Program for our sewer lining project of $500,000 from Community Development Block Grant. And there is a wealth, and I will maybe capitalize all wealth together, just a wealth of when receiving federal funding and through housing and urban development, just a number of areas that need oversight, expertise, and SWIPCO provides that as our Regional Council of Government, also called our COG. And we're working with them in this capacity on other projects, downtown revitalization, for example, which was a $700,000 one back in 18. So this would approve that, so these funds would come from within that awarded amount. So any questions you have, or Danny, anything you'd like to expand on for that piece?
No, I think you covered it. Like you said, these funds come directly from the grant funds themselves, not from city funds, which leaves $480,000 left to go directly towards the project itself. As Dean said, there's a lot that goes into this as far as federal regulations that we have to follow. So much so that within the last few years, IDDA has required us to become certified grant administrators, and they will not allow anybody to administer the grant unless they are certified grant administrators. So I mean, it's just a part of the project. We'll help the city through all of it and work with the city and the engineer on this and have a smooth project.
Pretty simple.
I'll make the motion to approve the administrative assistance contract with SWIPCO.
I will second that motion.
Motion by Kroger, second by Lindberg.
Roll call Lindberg.
Aye.
Rudolph.
Aye.
Shaben.
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Kelly.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
All right. E, approve the Iowa Economic Development Authority, CDBG, program contract number 24WS013 in the amount not to exceed $500,000. As part of our discussion we just had, any more to add to it?
This was the agreement, the award from IEDA for this funding stream, and we've, again, been awarded other IEDA, or worked with them also in the past, and we received this actually prior to the last meeting, yet getting all of the paperwork and approvals in alignment. That's why it's in front of you today, and say it's one of 2 or 3 additional items on our agenda tonight. But again, this started quite some time ago with having to do updated community surveys and an application. So it's been going on for 14 months, more or less, to get to this, be able to say, let's, we've been awarded and let's make this agreement happen. That's all the highlights I had from it, unless Danny, you had items you wanted to point out with that one.
No, that pretty much covers it. This just says that you accept the money and agree to follow the rules.
Mayor Pro Tem, I'll make that motion.
Second.
A motion by Lindberg, second by Rudolph.
Roll call Lindberg.
Aye.
Rudolph.
Aye.
Shaven.
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Kelly.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
All right, then we come to Resolution 2564. Resolution of the City of Harlan adopting certain policies, rules, and regulations during the performance of the Community Development Block Grant Program.
This is the resolution on the screen. You can see the 6 bullet points, and I'm quite confident you all had this on your nightstand, and I have, quite frankly, read through them all. Not necessarily on my nightstand, yet many of these we already have in place, but they just want reconfirmation of that. The 4th bullet point, such as excessive force requirements, as we now contract with law with the sheriff, shared that with the sheriff for his review, and it's very much in line with their policies as well. So we need to reflect that we have updated these and adopted the most recent versions of this. And again, Dan, if you'd like to pipe in with anything further, please do so.
The only thing I would add, these are very standard. We do them with every award that we get. The language comes directly from IEDA. It's just agreeing to follow all of the federal standards. Same with the next one on the agenda, that 2 CFR 200. We're just signing off that we agree and we will follow. And I'm sure, like Gene said, you probably have a lot of these in place already. And they have been adopted in the past for previous projects. So it's nothing new to the city, really.
Yeah, for example, on the next one, kind of jumping ahead, that the last time, at least as the procurement policies we had adopted during COVID, with all the COVID funding that we received. And it's pretty much a mirror image, is how they define small projects, large projects, competitive bid, etc.
Well, I'll make the motion to approve Resolution 2564.
Second. I will second your motion.
Eric Peterson first.
Okay.
Kroger motion. Peterson second.
Somebody else did.
Sharon's wore out tonight.
Roll call Lindberg.
Aye.
Rudolph.
Aye.
Shaven.
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Kelly.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
All right, did we get enough, Danny get enough talk time tonight, or we have more down here? I think she's,
So the item D is the final item related to this funding and application and agreements.
Not off the hook yet.
close. So item D is acknowledge and accept the IEDA CDBG procurement standards, certification of compliance, and agree to follow 2 CFR 200 for contract number 24 WS013.
And I don't have anything additional to add to that. Again, we adopted this most recently in COVID. And that's also part of the work that SWIFCO will help ensure that we're hearing.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion by Rudolph, second by Kroger.
Roll call Lindberg.
Aye.
Rudolph.
Aye.
Shaven.
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Kelly.
Aye.
Peterson.
Thanks, Danny.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, have a
We'll
good night.
get all the signed paperwork to you in the next few days, and certainly we'll be in touch as we're working with our engineer.
Awesome, sounds great.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thanks for joining, Danny.
Thanks, Danny.
Aye. E, authorize publication and set public hearing date of May 21st, 2024 for the fiscal year 23-24 budget amendment.
Discussion on that, just basically said.
Ashley will give you some highlights of that at the 21st meeting. This will simply set the public hearing, which goes in the paper. And this afternoon, earlier, you may have seen an update on this, and this is the update that's being published. And due to some, long story, Ashley's done a fantastic job of reaching out to the auditor and reconfirming something with Jane. This is the approved version. And again, with our these include rolled up numbers from other business activities, which includes H&U as well, that we report that into this as well. And we've received those from H&U. Ashley can dive into that deeper at the 21st, unless there's something you'd like to further cover now.
Nope.
Any questions?
Some for line item review here.
Mayor Pro Tem, I'll make that motion for authorized for May 21st. Item number.
Second.
Motion by Lindberg, second by Peterson.
Roll call Lindberg.
Aye.
Rudolph.
Aye.
Shaven.
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Kelly.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
I thought it was going to be a very steady, the same motion by Kroger.
That's close, that's recorded. We're going to resolution 2565. Resolution authorizing the submission of DOT agreement 24 TAP 115 for transportation alternative program. I'm going to skip the next tab. And certifying eligibility requirements for an amount of $273,000.
This should look eerily or quite familiar to you. And thanks to the person speaking, that was due to not putting this in the form of a resolution that the DOT requires. We had it on last meeting and had a simple motion and council action. And that was simply oversight on my part, and we will do this correctly. So again, this goes towards the river access project, one of the two funding streams. And again, nothing else I'd have to add other than just making this correct for DOT and this funding.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion by Rudolph, second by Lindberg.
Roll call Lindberg.
Aye.
Rudolph.
Aye.
Shaven.
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Kelly.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
All right, now we got to review, approve City of Harlan Employee Handbook changes and updates.
This was, the entire handbook was included in your packet. It was important to go over the past 12 months as there's other changes or modifications that are made that we bring everything up to date, as well as some other suggestions we've made. Many of you were at the Personnel and Finance Committee meeting in which these items are reviewed. From a Cliff Notes version, one item that has been updated is all removal of references to police department. So those items were removed. Additionally, back in December, there were recommendations and were approved the changes with vacation and the holiday. So get those carried into the handbook. And then one of the other highlights was with our non-exempt staff, our practice and policy has never been that we've had a cap or a maximum on additional time or comp time, as you many times know it's called. So we, in comparing to others, discussing with others, we felt it was good to get a policy in place to provide a maximum on that, which is 80 hours. And that will be a rolling balance. And at no time will someone have over 80 hours. It helps minimize liability on the books. And in addition, And we feel it's important that, people do take their time. If they're working unplanned hours or additional hours, that, for that continued work-life balance, so, and we didn't have an abundant, we had 2 or 3 employees that we regularly had over 100 hours, and so that's the other highlighter change with it. So happy to answer any questions, although
We also added background checks
yes, further clarification, yes.
to the handbook.
Into the handbook
so-
policy with having a consistent, consistent with every applicant with background. And work relentlessly and quite a bit with our attorney on that.
Full 96 pages if you're going to read front to back, I guess.
Yes, 96 pages.
If the revision attorney's good with it, I'm good with it. I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion by Lindberg, second by Peterson.
Roll call Lindberg,
Aye.
Rudolph.
Aye.
Aye.
Shaven, Kroger.
Aye.
Kelly.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Now we get to receive and file the airport commission minutes from 4/24. Do we need just a vote for that, the new resolution second?
Yes, 2 separate items, yes.
So it's going to do a roll call vote, or sorry, you need a motion
I'll
for
motion.
minutes.
Second.
Motion by Rudolph, second by Kroger.
Roll call Lindberg,
Aye.
Rudolph.
Aye.
Shaven,
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Kelly.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Now we go to Resolution 2566. Resolution authorizing the submission of application for general aviation vertical infrastructure, GAVI, program and certifying eligibility requirements.
This acronym, as well as this funding stream with airport improvements, should also sound familiar to you. This is the 5th consecutive year that we've applied for this funding stream, and it's vertical infrastructure type improvements. As we all know, we've got some well-used and mature buildings, including hangars out at the airport. One of the primary items there's been focus on is improving accessibility and hangar doors with power doors. And the past 5 years, it's been every other year we've been awarded. We just got awarded this year, and I'll give my update in my administrative report on that current project kicking off. So this is very similar. Would be $150,000 total project, in which under $25,000 that could be DOT funds if awarded. I would also like to point out that at the last airport commission meeting, once again, by applying, it does not commit us. And at least in my tenure, we've not refused accepting the funding. Yet the discussion with the airport commission and myself was that because of continued change with House File 718 and some certainty about our next few years' budgets and what might be able to continue to be funded for some capital accounts the next few years, that the airport commission should be very judicious with that balance, because all the CIP or capital improvement plans that have been updated every year. The 2 large projects that are the apron expansion, which would then give way to the fuel system upgrades. And based upon if this would take money away from that because of uncertainty with having some local match, unless there was a request either to other funding sources or to spend down general fund, which because of uncertainty, from what we know now, I'm not an advocate of that. So just want to provide some additional commentary and context to that again, this doesn't commit us, but at least gets us in line if we were to be awarded. And then that's usually known by July or August, and then we can make a determination to accept or not. So comments or questions?
What's the breakout of that percentage, Gene, for matching? Is it 90-10 or 85-15?
This is state with Gavi, and with this one, it's 150. Their percentages are a little bit different each one, but it's 125,000 of 150,
Okay.
which is 80, about 85, I think is what but it doesn't exactly calculate that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And FAA or federal is 90-10,
Okay.
90%, 10%.
Okay.
And there's been a few times through COVID in which they provide 100%, so. That's all I have, sir.
I'll make your motion.
Motion by Lindberg,
Second.
second by Kroger.
Roll call Lindberg,
Aye.
Rudolph,
Aye.
Shaven,
Aye.
Kroger,
Aye.
Kelly,
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Down to letter I, review the street closing permit for Log Cabin Day, June 2nd, 2024.
Annual event, I believe it's going to be the same day as Art in the Park. Is that correct, Todd?
Yep.
We've been combining that for this great community event with those two projects. Not had issues in the past. Again, it's that block between the tennis courts and Potter Park Shelter from Grand to Pine. Not had any issues in the past, and helps with safety and people milling around Log Cabin Days. And
they've continued to build up vendors and demonstrations, and a lot of it takes place right there in that area that we're closing down.
no issues from staff end.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Rudolph, second by Kroger.
Your final motion.
She ain't done yet.
Reports and
Roll call Lindberg,
my final aye before your final aye.
Aye.
Rudolph,
Aye.
Shaven,
Aye.
Kroger,
Aye.
Kelly,
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
All right, now we got down to Mr. Geddes for your report.
Well, as Mr. Lindberg may look over my keyboard here, it's been 3 weeks since we met, and I know for many of us, all of us likely, it's been an active 3 weeks, and certainly based upon Mother Nature. But I'll touch on a few of those items and give you other updates, and a few pictures I'll show here. This accentuates from an incorporated Harlan. This picture tells a lot. April 26th, and some of you may have seen this photo absent the emergency vehicle looking northwest from our water tower, and we know all the reports of what happened once it went through Minden and started coming through the southern part of the county, and just tremendous impact. It's a double-edged sword, you know. It's crazy how this thing weaved through some municipalities, incorporated areas, and yet just did horrific devastation to homes and property and outbuildings. So there's been a tremendous effort between EMA, like Steve Kinkle mentioned this morning, this has mostly been county-driven, of course, but we're joined as one community and county. So we've certainly participated and supported. Yesterday, there were a few vehicles and staff that the city provided to the student cleanup effort. 285 students were deployed yesterday, and I understand made tremendous impact. I believe there's a lot of social media that, let's see if I had that photo. Yeah, this isn't, so this was one of our city vehicles, but this is out in the field. You can see the dots there, but that's one of the student groups. And
Like turkeys.
picking up debris. I wasn't there on site personally, yet I've heard from a few folks that they wouldn't be disappointed if they never saw in their lifetime again another little piece of blue styrofoam. So there's tremendous efforts, a lot more to go, a lot more in recovery. But county, EMA, and also an individual volunteer who's lended us some time and experience has been Jim Shelton. Jim has quite a bit of some skills and background, so he's been closely kind of championing and helping out with the cleanup events. So hats off to a lot of folks there.
You need Mother Nature to take a break for a little bit, though.
Yes, and we know what happened last night with sirens going off. And,
She could bring the sun out.
Yeah. Oh, weather and
Settled in.
6+, but at least within the Harlan area, 6+ inches of rain in the last 2.5 weeks. At least the numbers I've gotten, and Joe may comment on that with kind of water status and well status, but.
Dig those kayaks out of storage and hit
River access is pretty close. Don't need to dig for it.
Those on the Streets Committee be looking to set up over the next few weeks a Streets Committee meeting most directed at consideration of some stop signs along Garfield Avenue, a topic that came out of a Board of Adjustment meeting. And it's one of those based upon Garfield, which is north side of the hospital, and although these are they're T intersections in which, but anyway, we're going to set up a Streets and Alleys meeting to review that before bringing in a hopeful recommendation to change to council. Yesterday, Norman D. Stamp Aquatic Center started being filled. So Tim Miller coordinated with Donald Cody at HMU, and probably sometime tomorrow it should be close to full and be able to get some new pump. Should be no startup issues this year. The piece of equipment that was approved by you all for JJ, the updated piece of equipment for grooming and leveling, that piece of equipment called the Abiforce turf machine was received last week. There'll be staff training on that for operators this Thursday, and initial indication is going to be able to do some effective and efficient type work with that, especially over the next few years with grooming those fields and not only nice, safe playing conditions, but also preserving material and stuff from runoff. So, also at the pool, lifeguard training, and the first round of lifeguard training happened Sunday night. There were 17 guards in attendance, which for the, we say, first round is excellent. Still taking applications for lifeguards for the second training. I know there were, over the last few days, a few more stopping in. Also adult lifeguards, adult monitors are welcome as well. So please pass the word, and before we know it, it'll be June 1st and the pool will be in operation. Mother Nature has created a few hiccups in some of our old projects beginning. One of them is the airport door project for this current GABI, and our contractor, Lining Construction, was planning to start this week, yet based upon taking care of some storm and other client commitments, that's looking like the end of next week. And then just asked for an update today with a welcome sign that they were planning to do some dirt work last week for some, so don't have an updated date on that, but that's being adjusted as well with Mother Nature. Let's see if I can get my another activity that's been happening the last few weeks. Some of you may have seen this. This was April 22nd, Monday, April 22nd, with the Shelby County Plant Iowa tree planting night, as well as seedlings, the 75 seedlings that were planted between HMU and the city. All that activity took place that evening. This was in the newspaper, and hats off to some of our city staff, Tim, Miller, Tony, Kramer, and Jeff, as they helped volunteer throughout that evening. If you've not been down by Little George, so it's always more effective in some cases to talk with pictures. So a number of the 6 to 8 foot trees and a couple seedlings, so you can see down around the playground where I think where 5 or 6 ash trees have been removed. There used to be some nice tree canopy around this playground structure. So there's concentration, so you can see those got planted, already got mulched, and been plenty of water to feed those from Mother Nature so far. But that complex looked nice, and that's some of the mulch and such that the team did. So, and again, appreciation and hats off to that Plant Iowa committee. The Shelby County Plant Iowa, they do a lot of education with youth, a good partnership with public as well. So, on the topic of projects, the replacement structure on 4th and Main is the rain days have been very few with that. They've been able to make some progress even despite some muddy areas. So if you've not been down by there, just a quick show and tell. This is driving some initial piling on the north side. Jeff and I happened to be down there, so I took a short video clip. But with each of those, pounds from the crane, it would go anywhere from 2, and Joe's probably seen those a lot with the work he's done, but anywhere from 2 to 5 foot. That's a 60-foot I-beam. And as the project has progressed, you can see the decking going on, and then with this modified half-moon corrugated metal pipe that's creating the part of the layer for the base. So that's with all of the half CMP and the I-beams in the middle there. This is just pre-pour. And last Friday they poured the deck. You can see they got it poured, and then there was the fabric or the cover on it over the weekend. And there's what it looks like. So the concrete, the I-beams, this is one of the guardrails. This was just taken yesterday. This might already be on by now. And this is the north wall and south wall and sheeting. They've got all that driven. And all goes as planned. By the end of the week, the construction crew will likely pull out. They're doing some backfill. And then the final shaping crew will come in, next shaping and finish crew next week. As was intended and planned, we don't plan to seal coat this. We plan to get fill, a base, and then use millings for the next year to continue settling and packing, and then do our seal coat next year. But it'll be fully open for all traffic, fair time races here shortly. So a little more depth there, but been interesting or fun to watch the progress the last few days or week with this project. So any comments, questions?
Nice to see it wrapped up.
It's been plenty of rain events throughout this the past few weeks, and the channel has been skewed. It was used to take it was like a 30-degree flow this way, but just with skewing it to 45-degree, it's already noticeable the improved flow. And activities will continue to go on down there. We've kept it open for the public with soccer and other activities. Have you all heard any feedback or complaints with things that we think it's gone quite well, but
That's my word.
okay. A couple of just review items that have taken place. I commented on last Tuesday and Wednesday. CGI, which is the video production company with our community videos. Spent a day and a half with the videographer. Got Todd. So between hospital, spent quite a bit of time at the school. Just great partnerships to get updated video shots and footage. In 45 to 60 days, we should have new videos up. So it was an active day and a half. In addition to cleanup this weekend with the tornado, some of you, I guess most of you are aware, there was an event showcasing Pioneer Park. Mother Nature didn't cooperate all that well, called 5K and Game Day. Through a volunteer committee with the Dream Playground made that event happen. And I anticipate that may become somewhat of an annual event, not sure, but upwards of 150 total in and out of the area for the day, from 9 to 1. Close to 65 to 70 registered that actually participated in the walk and the run. Again, appreciate all the business sponsorships and donations. So that was, although chilly and windy initially, but people seemed to have a nice time. And tropical snow. On a cool, breezy, tropical snow, there was a lineup for off and on for 2 hours. Anyway, flavored ice and sugar, I guess.
And they've been closed all winter.
Yeah. Project going on, it's on private property, but at the Harlan Golf and Country Club, there have been plans to improve their water situation, watering, to build a detention pond or dam, and that's all been submitted, and that's now following our local flood permitting review. We've received almost all of that from their engineer, and Beecher and Kim was providing that for us. Last understanding is they'd like to, if all goes well, start some construction here in late May or June. So initially, the city's engineer wasn't seeing any issues with it, but we're completing our due diligence per our floodplain regulations to ensure that there's no significant upstream or downstream impacts due to that structure. And last couple items. Had reported out to you, want to report to the public that the Home Serve or Service Line Warranty Program, which is the voluntary optional coverage that you may purchase for if you ever have sewer line issues from it's your private line up to the city main. There's been just over 190 policies that have been written by them so far. And there will be a spring campaign or a spring mailing coming out, so you'll homeowners will likely see a second round, and that's part of their marketing campaign. They'll do 2 or 3 campaigns a year. So you can anticipate that coming in the next, I'm guessing, 3 to 4 weeks. But they were pleased with the progress that they had upwards of close to 200 policies so far. Ward 3, this is Gina Rudolph's last meeting. One interested individual from that ward, Aaron Nippert, has expressed interest. He had filled out an interest form prior to your request and deadline. I shared that with you just recently. It's at the mayor and council's pleasure or determination as to, I spoke with Aaron for a few minutes, a little bit yesterday, and it will be on the May 21st agenda for consideration of appointing someone. Right now, he is the individual who's expressed interest. You can determine if you want to meet with him. You don't have to. Mayor Christensen's not here. Or if you'd like him to come in a bit early before the next council meeting. But any thoughts or discussion?
I don't know him, so I'd like to chat with him ahead of time. Or,
I don't know him
I
either.
don't know.
You can, we can set up time, 4:15 or 4:30 before the next council meeting prior to contemplating an appointment and potentially him as an appointment, or if you'd like to set up another time. Aaron seemed quite flexible and open to that, of course, but.
I like the idea of the night of. Get a little bit of time to get to know, like you said, talk to them and get to know them.
Yeah, 'cause we similar to what we've done with multiple candidates in the past, we could do a work session at 4:30 with an opportunity to meet with him and then be ready for the 5:15 council meeting. If that's the direction you'd like to go, I'll just take that direction and then work it that way if you'd like.
I think I would agree. It's probably the primary move we did, just to get to know and
Right.
put a name with a face. And
Okay, I'll take that direction and we'll make that happen.
Okay. Thank you.
do we determine a time or what time would it?
4:30.
4:30.
If that's acceptable for you all.
Works for me.
What do you think, Gina?
She's up for it. She's zooming in. You can be at the public.
Well, but you should be here and give
Yeah.
a blessing. This is your shoes that they're being filled. You could be sitting next to me, so.
New Zoom link.
My final item is this week, May 5th through 11th, is Public Service Recognition Week, as well as Municipal Clerk Week. And, working in the public eye and serving the public is something that I know we take, and I know you as elected officials take very seriously. And in times like this, I think it's always helpful to go back to a team mission we adopted a number of years ago, and it really resonates at a time like this. So I'd ask anyone in the public, if any of you see any of the full-time staff and part-time staff that are out delivering services and things that people tend to expect, and we do those to the best of our ability and then some. Tell them thank you, extend an appreciation. Certainly done a few little things here this week that were from staff wanting to show that appreciation, but I want to read this if you can, and I'll certainly share this with HMU that they can put it on the screen. But Our mission is that we serve, protect, and engage our citizens in a professional, safe, and fiscally responsible manner. We're a positive team dedicated to open and honest communication. Our pride and love for our community is the reason we are committed to creating a better future and quality of life for our citizens. Every day, that's what we strive to do. It's not perfect in all situations. Some days we might strike out a little bit, but this is what drives us. And, from my chair in the administrative role and being a conduit I just feel so blessed to work with so many committed folks and have your support as well. And it ties back to what we do. And it's a great week to recognize and celebrate that. So, couldn't be more proud of the group. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. That's it.
Wow, okay, we have two things I have for Jay's absence. First, we have Miss Ashley Shields. I told you I'd mispronunciate it, didn't I? Told you I would. That's why Stephen told me how to say it. All right, just for that, it's one sentence. It's one sentence. I expect you to repeat the whole thing in one shot.
We can have the camera get this.
All right, where do we have to stand? Over there? Where it's slider?
Right up
Right up front?
This is our official office.
Down in front.
There's two copies.
Do you want to see one so you can
Yeah.
repeat? I'm gonna read it all and you gotta do it all at once. Just for that. All right. I think we gotta do this, don't we?
Yep.
So I, Ashley Slice,
I, Ashley Slice,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties of the office of City Clerk, Finance Director
discharge all the duties of the office of City Clerk Finance Director
in the City of Harlan,
in the City of Harlan,
as now or hereinafter required by law.
as now or hereinafter required by law.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll have to sign them all. All right, and we have one more thing.
All these official duties. Great.
Jay's getting a big bill, I'm telling you. I don't know where we're gonna do the next one, if we all stand around or come over this way. We have a gift from Miss Rudolph here. Everybody's gonna come with me?
Yeah, let's
With
do
us
it.
up front, where you want, up
Would
front?
you mind taking a photo, Todd? with-
All this council.
Yeah, everybody, yeah. I don't want all.
Like some final countdown music going or something.
Yeah, everybody follow in. I did check though. We did have the sheriff's change the lock, so just in case you think it's gonna work.
Turn and face that way.
Okay, so since I'm being the mayor, I'm not very good at this. So I got a little certificate, we have a certificate of appreciation. This is proudly present to Gina Rudolph, a key to the city. It says here, 7 years of service as a council member. So we all want to reach out and say, thank you very much. Okay, photo op.
All righty. Gotcha.
We're gonna push the red button quick and see how fast it works.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're fired.
Gina, we're gonna miss you.
Thanks. I was gonna ask you how fast the 7 years went by. but-
Oh my gosh, it went fast. Doesn't seem like it, but.
Next time. We're 2 for 2.
And then I'm done talking for tonight, so. Todd, for the chamber, would you like to come up?
Yeah, just a little quick items. Starting with a reminder, with everything we have going on in the community, that May 12th is Mother's Day. So make sure that you shop locally to make moms all throughout the county very happy with all the gifts that all of our shops have to offer. Little update from Shelby County Emergency Management, just some reminders. The Congregational United Church has done a great job. People have donated a lot of stuff. And there's everything from clothes to cleaning supplies to bedding to what have you. And so if your friends or your family need these supplies, please encourage them to go pick them up. You know, how it goes around here, we have our Iowa Friendly, where everybody thinks that everybody else deserves it more than they do. But if they need these supplies, they need to go pick them up. And they also have a little bit of information if they're looking for other things. You know, where people have said, I've got a piece of furniture, or I've got something else, and if somebody's looking for something like that, we can get it to them. So make sure that they do that. And also, volunteers are still needed to help out on the farm. So if you haven't, go to the Facebook page there of emergency management. There's a form there you can fill out with, you know, whether it's a team of people from your business or a team of people from your church, or just individually to go out and help. Also, SCSB, or Shelby County State Bank, is working very closely with the Shelby County Foundation to take cash donations to support people. So if you'd like to make a donation, you can walk into any branch and just say, this is for the Shelby County flood victims, and they'll take it from there and get it to the Shelby County Foundation. Farm Service Co-op Computer Division, just a reminder that they have products on sale right now: flash drives, battery chargers, SD cards, things that you either may need because you've lost in a storm, or things that you may need to be able to get the information of your damage to your insurance agents and what have you, including, don't forget, they have that wonderful Kodak kiosk where you go in there if you need to print off multiple pictures to get them to multiple people, you can do it there. A couple other items. On Saturday, May 18th at Farmhand Brewing Company, there'll be a benefit concert, so please attend. And it's going to be they've got a really great lineup of bands. And also, because of the anticipated attendance to that, they could probably use a few volunteers just to help serve food and help serve beer. So if you want to do that, give Tiff a call at 579-5942, and she'll get you lined up. Another benefit concert then on Friday, June 7th, down at the fairgrounds. They have another great lineup. All proceeds will go to help the flood victims. But for that one, you do need to go online to their website to be able to purchase tickets for that particular concert. Now, after all of that tornado stuff, let's talk about some other fun stuff. This Friday at Milk and Honey, the Iowa PBS road trip will be there for a trivia night. You may have seen a few weeks ago, we were featured on the Iowa PBS road trip as part of a kind of a cruise through southwest Iowa. They featured Milk and Honey, they featured the Danish Windmill, and a few other places around us. So if you'd like to attend, you do have to pre-register. So go to their Facebook page for that. Thursday, May 16th is our first Roar into Harlan night for the year. So that'll looking like the weather's going to be good. So come on down and enjoy that. Then on Saturday, May 18th, from 8 to 12 at Town and Country is the annual Gardening Angels plant sale, so visit that. And then finally, we were planning on having a candidate forum this Thursday for the county supervisor and county auditor offices. But with all the cleanup going on, we've moved it to the 23rd. So that'll be May 23rd at the high school auditorium. It'll be for the county supervisors and county auditors. And the high school has been fantastic with me to help me move that. So please ignore all the stuff they're moving around as they continue to do their remodel as you're walking into the auditorium.
What time?
6:30.
6:30.
Other than that, that's it for the chain.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, Todd.
Your turn, Joe.
All right.
Hello everyone, just a couple updates on our two projects we have going. Raw water project update. McCarthy trenching is done with pipe and conduit work in our south well field. Holstein Electric is still working on pulling wire and fiber into south well field. And then we are waiting on Patriot's Choice to get there to build well houses for the new wells, 33 and 34 in South Belleville. McCarthy Trenching is working on service lines to wells. We got 2 wells on the back side of the old water plant there on the west side of the river, and then our 5 wells on the east side of the river. So they're working on getting those service lines hooked up on those wells also. So they're getting pretty close to their work getting done, and be mostly left with their subs, Holstein and Patriot's Choice, to kind of finish things up. Other project, our overhead to underground conversion project, LFI or Burns Electric is the sub underneath LFI. They're the contractors on that project. Started late last week. Worked a little bit on pulling some of the poles through town there that Mediacom or windscreen was on. This week, they're going to continue pulling poles and working on installing some of the new street lights. The boring subcontractor working under them should be on site next week, is what they're planning, hopefully Monday. They will likely start on boring the conduit for the, I guess what we call the farm line going west out of town along Highway 44 west of 59. Goes out to Juniper Road. That's likely where they'll start their part there as far as getting some of that underground work done. So things are moving along. Guess any questions or comments? All right, thank you.
Exciting things for tonight. Thank you. Yeah.
Any public comments, Vaughn, back there? No? Too quiet. Anybody else up here?
Good job.
Nothing else?
Thank you again, Gina, for your service.
Slice.
Thank you. Good job.
Elvis this year, I haven't seen it.
What?
So about this time we normally would have Elvis, but
You're not doing a good job promoting it, or what?
no, I don't know, I just don't think, just keep on tradition. No Elvis and Struggles and Sinners.
Okay, all right, I just want to make sure.
I retired.
As promoter or just as Elvis?
Just looking over.
Okay, well, I feel disappointed in you.
Nothing further from this side.
Well, we can't say enough for Gina's commitment for 7 years. We greatly appreciate it. And tell Jesse, thanks for letting you come along to all the meetings, I'm sure, right? So.
I have thoroughly enjoyed it and I hate to go, so,
All right.
You gotta do what you gotta do though.
yeah.
Let's appreciative and we'll adjourn the meeting.